So hello guys, today in this session we will see what is system protection scheme, its architecture and its implementation and its structure. This is one of the topic of your unit number 6 of subject was system protection. So what is system protection scheme? The things that I have mentioned over here is in very generalized language. And it's very much simple, so I don't need to elaborate the things. They are just word to word what I am telling you right now. So system protection schemes, which are also known as remedial action schemes, are designed to detect abnormal system conditions which consist of contingencies related and initiate a pre-planned and a corrective action to mitigate the consequences of the abnormal condition and provide an acceptable system performance. Fine. This SPS action includes change in load, change in generation or system configuration so as to maintain the system stability and maintain the voltage within acceptable range and as well as the power flows. Now this system protection scheme is used as an acronym for a special protection scheme which has the same meaning as system protection scheme. But later on it was recommended that the word special would be replaced by the word system, since it is argued that all this protections is special in some form, in some fashion. Fine. Also this IEEE uses System Integration Protection System, that is SIPS. While this RAS, that is a Remedial Action Scheme, is being used by BPA, which stands for Bonvilla Power Administration, and WECC, which stands for Western Electricity Coordinating Councils. Fine. Now this SPS the deployment of this SPS represents a less costly alternative than building a new infrastructure. That is, it carries with it unique operational elements, and some of which are the risk of failure on demand or unplanned activation, the risk of interacting with other SPS in an unintended ways. Now the increased management, it would also manages the management, maintenance, coordination requirement and analyze the system complexity. Fine. These are some of its usefulness. Now why it is required? So due to the increase in the complexity of network operation in the past 30 years, due to several factors such as growth in load, change in market condition and increase in import/exports, the network is more stressed and is operating in its operation, and RAS scheme have growth in numbers. This RAS remedial action schemes. Now furthermore, with the heavy growth in renewable resources, especially wind farms that are being connected to the grid prior to the required upgrades, this system protection scheme or remedial action schemes have become an increasingly critical application that enables quick and economic means of interconnecting them while meeting the required standards. Fine. So now these are the types of system protection scheme and its components. What are the various components which are involved in system protection scheme? So system protection scheme generally refers to the controls having some or all of the following characteristics. That is, SPS can be armed or it can be disarmed depending upon the system conditions. Fine. Now SPS are normally dormant. Dormant means they are not used frequently. That is, it initiating event occurs less than once a year. So it's restless. It's used very uniquely. Now SPS usually employ discrete or feed-forward control laws that we will see later on. Now the control action is predetermined in most cases. Fine. Typically some form of communication is involved in the control action. Fine. Now this is the general structure of a system protection scheme, which consists of the disturbances in the power system, which now these signals in the form of electric variable or direct detection can be transferred to system protection schemes. Now we will see these components, these decision process or inputs and actions. Now according to their control variables, now this system protection scheme can be classified as response based or event based. Fine. In case of response based system protection schemes, they are based on the measurement of electrical variables such as voltage or frequency and initiate their protective actions when the contingency has caused the measured value to hit a triggered level, that is whenever it crossed a threshold value. Now the two most common response based of system protection schemes are under frequency load shedding and over voltage load shedding that we have discussed in our previous lectures. Now what is event based SPS? This event based SPS are designed to operate upon the recognition of a particular combination of event such as loss of lines in the substations. Now the examples of these event based system protection schemes are generation rejection, load rejection, system separation, turbine wall control, load and generator rejection, out of step relaying, discrete excitation control, dynamic braking, generator run back, reactive power compensation, and various combination of schemes. Fine. Now in the next lecture we will see what is the distinguish or difference between the unique protection or unit protection and this special protection scheme, and we will see the various components which are involved in system protection schemes. Okay, thank you.